Cornell. Austin Alley has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, set to kick it deep. A.J. Holmes, Ian Pope back deep to receive for the Big Red of Cornell, standing inside their own 10-yard line. And here's the kick, end over end. It goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Beautiful day here in Providence. Temperature at kickoff 64 degrees with winds out of the west-northwest at about 15 miles per hour. And Jamison Wong will bring the Big Red offense onto the field. See Cornell in their road white jerseys with the red numerals, the red helmets, red pants with a white trim. And Jamison Wong, what a season he is having. Certainly a player of the year candidate in the Ivy League. 13 touchdown passes. That is tied for first with Harvard's Jaden Craig in the Ivy League. Only 2 picks. He's also rushed for 241 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on first down from the 25, Wong will drop back to pass. He dumps it off right side, but it is low and incomplete. Chad Martini, the intended receiver, on the wide receiver screen.
You know, Wong and team has had Brown's number. They won 5 of the last 6 matchups, 2 in a row. And, you know, a big part of that has been Jamison Wong.
It'll be second down and 10 for the Big Red from their own 25. Wong completing 69% of his passes, 122 for 176 on the season for just over 1,200 yards, and he dumps it off underneath, and it is complete for a gain of only a couple of yards to number 87, Blaine Zoller, the tight end.
You know, Wong has obviously matured over his 4 years, starting here as a freshman. And we've noticed that he's been able to stay in the pocket through this season and been a lot more mature in that.
John, believe it or not, the Big Red last in the Ivy League in terms of third down conversions, only 34% on third down. And they will come out with 5 wide in an empty backfield for Jamison Wong on third down and a long 6. Wong looking right, firing right, has a man, and it is caught, and they pick up the first down. It is Sam Masungu with the catch.
Sungu does a great job there getting open out in the flat, but that's been a problem for Brown all year, has been that intermediate pass within that 10-yard zone.
Big Red quickly up to the line, and again, they're going to flare it out to the right side. Ryder Kurtz, the tight end, with a catch and run for a first down out across midfield.
Sammy Smith out there in the perimeter as a linebacker, as Wong finds his receiver wide open out there, and just an easy pickup for a first down.
And the Big Red into Bears territory at the Brown 49-yard line. Wong will dump it off again to the near side, complete to Doran Smith, and Smith will take it down to the 46-yard line of the Bears.
When you look at the scouting reports, and we watch these games in the Ivy League, it's Cornell is really kind of just picking away here at these short passes early on against this Brown defense.
Second down, 7, Wong to pass again, and he fires it right side, and it is caught at the 25-yard line and ridden out of bounds is Doran Smith. The Big Red airing it out on this opening drive, and they're doing it with success.
Wong has shown what an explosive player he is. He's making his reads as he checks down and checks out there onto that outside post and finds his receiver wide open.
First and 10 for Cornell. They have marched down to the Brown 26-yard line on the opening drive of the game. Wong takes the snap. He will pass again. Looks right, fires right, incomplete. Looking for Ian Pope, his running back, but well covered on the far side there by Caleb Moorhead.
Little pressure there coming in from the inside there. Number 58, Smith, does a good job getting inside. And as Brown tries to put some pressure on, slow down Wong.
So the Big Red have yet to run the ball. They have thrown it exclusively on this opening drive. Second down 10 from the Brown 26-yard line, and here they will give it to Pope up the middle, and no running room there. The Bears defense converges on him for a gain of 1 to the 25-yard line.
They do a hurry-up offense right now as they're going to set this thing up, try to catch Brown off guard here at a 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd down and 9. Cornell has already converted 1 third down on this drive. 3rd and 9 from the Brown 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Wong back to pass. Looks, fires, and it is complete. And it's going to be very close to the first down marker. Masungu made the catch, And where that spot is, it appears to be just short. All depends on the spot of the football. I think they're about the length of a football short of the first down.
They're going to go for it here, as we know through analytics is going to show that it's to your advantage to go for it when it's 4th and short, even on the road here.
The Big Red are 55% converting on 4th down conversions. This will be 4th down and less than a yard to go. And Wong is going to roll out the pass, and he'll dump it off. Incomplete. Looking for the tight end, and it is dropped. Ball was passed a little bit low, but looks like Zoller could have had that one.
Yeah, Zoller's going to want that one back for sure when he watches the films on Sunday. Good stop by the Brown defense.
Take another look at it right here. The pass from Wong, a little bit low, a little bit behind Zoller, but still, I think it's one that Zoller will probably tell you he should have had. So the Big Red turn it over on downs. And the Bears offense, led by Jake Wilcox, will come out onto the field for the first time today. And they'll start this drive at their own 17-yard line. Wilcox, the Ivy League's leading passer at 1,288 yards coming in. And he hands the ball off on first down. Up the middle to Stockton Owen for a gain of a few across the 20.
You know, Scott, it's amazing what we have out here today. You know, you have Wong and now you have Wilcox on the other side. Just two quarterbacks that are really at the top of the charts and statistics here in the Ivy League.
Bears wearing the home brown jerseys with the white numerals, the silver helmets, silver pants with the red trim. And they have it 2nd down 7. They'll dump it off to Owen on the left. Owen makes one defender miss, but can't shake a second as he fights to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but no more. Michael O'Keefe, the senior cornerback from nearby Wakefield, Massachusetts, making the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Bears. Wilcox fakes the shovel pass, runs it ahead, and picks up the first down. Well, Jake Wilcox, we told you, is the Bears' leading rusher, and he picks up the first down with a gain of 8.
Good read there by Jake. He finds a hole on the left-hand side. As Cornell was showing blitz from the left side.
Bears in the hurry-up mode, and they'll hand it off up the middle to Childs, the ball carrier, and he takes it ahead for a gain of 3 out to the 30.
Matt Childs is the freshman that's come in to the Brown lineup this year and has become a superstar, rookie of the week twice, and leads the team in receiving.
Johnny had a tough week last week at Princeton, put the ball on the turf a couple of times, a couple of key fumbles in that loss to the Tigers, but you're right, he is quite the young talent for this Brown offense. And James Perry told us earlier this week on his coach's show, he said, look, I understand he fumbled it a couple of times, but make no mistake about it, we are a much better offense when he is on the field.
And those are those freshman mistakes that you got to learn how to control the football in that part of the field, but he's got a bright future here at Brown University.
He gets stopped for no gain there. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Bears from their own 30. Wilcox with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. On 3rd and 7, Wilcox to pass, fires it across the middle, complete. Going to be very close to a first down. The forward progress looks like it might be just shy of a first down.
Levi came in to the Brown fold last week at Princeton.
Bears are going to go hurry up and try to pick up the first down here.
No, they got the first down.
On the direct snap. Oh, they did get the first down. You know, I think the Bears thought it was 4th down, and I did too, which is why they hurried in and went with the direct snap to the tailback, but they had already moved the chains for the first down.
And I think you're right because they had Quentin Brown in there, number 32, and he's usually there both for
short yardage.
Short yardage.
Well, in any event, the Bears pick up 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from their own 38. Wilcox takes the snap, hands it to Owen. Owen up the middle with a nice push from the offensive line, takes it out across the 42 to the 43-yard line.
Offensive line led by center Charles Hines and Captain Jack Conley at the left guard and Montero on the right guard. They've done a great job this season of really kind of winning the interior battle.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Bears from their own 43, and they make some wholesale substitutions on the offense, so Cornell makes their changes defensively to match. 7 minutes in, no score. 3rd and 4 for the Bears. Wilcox fakes the handoff, tries to dump it off to Badu, incomplete. As the Big Red defense had that well covered. Trey Harris in coverage on Badu, and the Bears will have to bring their punting unit onto the field.
Good job by the Cornell defense right there. They came in, they showed blitz, brought in 6 guys in the box, and then really kind of tailed off it and gave Wilcox no opportunity to run the football.
Luke Malaga back deep to receive for the Big Red, standing at his own 10-yard line. Here's the punt from Alley. Good one. Malaga makes the catch at his own 13, and he takes it ahead for a gain of 2 to the 15, but well covered by the Bears punting unit. And it brings us to our first timeout on this one, midway through the opening quarter. No score between the Brown Bears and the Cornell Big Red.
Completions percentage, he's number 9. Completions per game, he's 6th. I mean, points responsible per game, 18. He's number 1 in the country. I mean, he is someone this defense has really got to focus on here today.
A senior from El Segundo, California, Jamison Wong. Brown football fans have seen him for 4 seasons. As a freshman, he was sharing time at the quarterback position when playing against the Bears, but he's been their full-time starter the past few seasons, and he flares one out to the left to Ryder Kurtz's tight end for a pickup of 5 out to the 20.
And we've watched him when he did come in, Scott. And we've watched him for 4 years, and what we've seen here is he would run and then pass second. Now he's matured himself into the pocket.
Going to dump it off on the right side, complete on the far side to Parker Woodring, and Woodring runs it ahead for a first down for the Big Red. They'll move the chains all the way out to the 28.
Brown has had a problem all year with that short intermediate pass. If they're not on a blitz there and they're showing just a 3-man rush, offense have been able to pull that apart.
Long to pass again, rolling to his right, rolling, looking, and he is going to throw it out of bounds as his receivers well covered downfield by the Bears secondary.
You know, that last play right there was a good call on the defensive side. They put the 4-man front instead of the 3, try to get some pressure on Wong and force him out of the pocket, which they were able to do. Utse was able to come off that left end and do a nice job.
2nd down and 10 for the Big Red from their own 28. They have run the football just once. Wong to throw it again. Near side, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Masungu.
Masungu dropped that football. He's the favorite target of Wong, and he's done a great job too. I mean, for receptions per game, he's 2nd in all of FCS football.
He leads the Ivy League with 38 catches coming into this game. 2nd in the league at 420 yards receiving. 2nd in the league with 5 touchdown catches. 3rd down and 10 for the Big Red. They'll go 5 wide and empty backfield for Jamison Wong here on 3rd down. Big Red 1 for 2 converting on 3rd down thus far here in the first.
Brown Bears are showing that 3-man blitz.
Back to pass Wong, rolling to his left, looking, firing downfield, and it is caught. Great contested catch there made by Doran Smith. And the Bears had their best defender, Isaiah Reed, on him.
Does a great job right there. As you said, a contested right here. Wong gets out of the pocket right there, makes a nice throw to the outside there. And Isaiah Reed just doesn't have his position.
And a broken coverage. Kurtz wide open in the Bears secondary for a big gainer inside the 20-yard line and tackled from behind at the 17.
You're right. It was broken coverage, Scott, all the way. No one's got the tight end right there, number 86, and he just finds a seam there. And
Big Red using the tempo offense to their advantage. They'll flare it out right side this time. The catch made by Masungu, and he'll take it ahead for a gain of 4 down to the 14. Check it, a gain of 3 on the catch by Masungu, but Cornell with this hurry-up offense airing it out against this Brown defense, and they've moved the football effectively on both of their drives. Now, their first drive stalled right about at this spot, deep in Brown territory. They turned it over on downs on 4th and short. Right now, it's 2nd and 7 for the Big Red at the Brown 14. 3 receivers to the left for Jamison Wong. Wong's going to dump it off. Wide receiver slip screen, complete to Doran Smith, and Smith is going to take it down inside the 10. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Well executed screenplay here to the near side, and Bumpus for Brown, number 95, does a nice job of tracking it down and saving a touchdown.
Wong back to pass, rolling to his right, rolling, looking, has running room inside the 10, the 5, touchdown.
We show that he can do it with his arm, but he also can do it with his legs as he breaks containment and gets to the outside, and he's got a linebacker on him who can't keep up with the speed, and just really an easy touchdown.
3rd rushing touchdown of the season for Jamison Wong. Puts the Big Red on top early in this one, 6-0 Cornell.
As you notice, as he comes out to the outside right here, he just tucks it, and there's no containment. The outside linebacker there, number 55 for Brown, he just can't get there in time to slow him down.
Alan Zhao will attempt the extra point, 15 of 16 on his point after attempts this season. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. 4:55 to go here in the opening quarter, and Cornell strikes first. It's the Big Red 7 and the Bears nothing. You're watching Ivy League football on NESN. Run by Big Red quarterback Jamison Wong gives Cornell an early 7-0 lead in this one. Scott Credisci, John Anderson back at Brown Stadium. 4:55 to go here in the opening quarter. And the Big Red will kick it away to the Bears as Zhao tees the ball up at the 40-yard line.
Brown's going to have to figure out defensively how they're going to put some pressure on Jamison Wong. I mean, 2 possessions, they basically have just driven right down the field.
High, short kick, fair catch is going to be called for by Solomon Miller at the 15-yard line. And so the Bears will take over at their own 25, now trailing by a touchdown.
See what the Bears offense can answer right here. They've done it throughout the whole season. They've been able to kind of ring the bell and answer these in these situations. So we'll see what Jake Wilcox does here as the senior 5th-year captain for the Brown Bears.
Matt Childs will be the tailback to start this second offensive drive for the Bears. But the officials, first of all, are coming together to discuss something here. They're resetting the play clock. Wilcox with 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Childs the tailback. And now 1 receiver shifts to the right side and the tight end to the left. Handoff goes to Childs. Childs cuts it up the middle, and a nice pickup of about 5-6 yards on the first down carry by the freshman Matt Childs.
Childs shows his great explosiveness as he comes across, plants his left foot, and gets up in the hole really quickly right there.
Childs was one of 30 freshmen, by the way, named to the watch list for the Jerry Rice Award this week, presented to the top freshmen in FCS football. And he'll get it again up the middle, and he is close to a first down, probably about a half-yard shy after a pickup of 4.
You know, the Brown running game is much improved this season, you know, from seasons past, and a lot of credit goes to the offensive line. They've really, really improved themselves.
3rd down and short. And Wilcox is going to air it out, looking deep downfield for Solomon Miller, and it's incomplete. Miller had a step on the defender, but Wilcox threw it just a bit in front of Solomon, who could not make the grab. Take another look at it right here.
He's the speedster. As he crosses over the 40, you're right, Scott. He's got a step on him, and the ball is just a little bit overthrown, but they're going to go for it here.
Direct snap to Childs. He's got the first down. And that's why they took that deep shot on 3rd down, because on 4th and less than a yard, the Bears almost always go for it.
Almost always. I mean, it seems like it's always, but yeah. As Coach tells us, it's all about analytics now, and football's become that sport where they look at all the plays and analytically what would work.
1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 38. Wilcox to pass on 1st down, looking left, firing left to Barber, incomplete. On the coverage for the Big Red on the far side is number 27, Tyler Gibson.
Gibson has good coverage on that side right there. He forces Wilcox to throw the ball to the outside to Barber. And Barber had a special game where he played against his brother who's playing at Princeton. And he's the son of Tiki Barber, New York Giants.
2nd down and 10 for the Bears. And they're going to give this one left to Quentin Brown, the ball carrier, but no gain. The Cornell defense doing a nice job stringing that one out to the boundary.
Luke Banbury came up with that tackle, does a nice job. He was Defensive Player of the Week last week, and his brother is
Mark
freshman.
Banbury.
Yeah, freshman on the offensive line here at
right.
Brown.
Little family feud going on here today.
There we go.
3rd down and 10. Wilcox to pass. Looks, fires middle, has a man wide open. It's caught. Barber, 1st down into Cornell territory, down to the Big Red 48-yard line.
Sure, today's game was easy on his parents, being family weekend here at Brown. Come and see your freshman son and watch your senior boy on Cornell.
Yeah, last week, Chason's mom and dad, they were torn. They had A.J. playing for the Tigers and Chason playing for the Bears as Stockton Owen gets the carry on 1st down. And he keeps the drive alive. Looked like he was stopped for no gain. Instead, picks up about 2.5 yards across the 45-yard line.
The Cookeville, Tennessee native, Stockton Owen, has been a workhorse for this Brown Bears at the tailback position.
Wilcox fakes the handoff to him, fires complete down to the 30-yard line. Catch made by the Bears, Ben Mosley.
Mosley does a nice job right there. And a tough catch under tight coverage right there.
1st and 10 for the Bears from the Big Red 30. Wilcox takes the snap, gives it to Owen again. Stockton driving up the middle. Will take it down to the 27. Pickup of 3 for the senior. Final 90 seconds of the opening quarter. 7-0 Big Red, but the Bears threatening here. On 2nd and 7 from the Cornell 27. High snap. Wilcox is going to keep it and run it straight ahead down to the 20-yard line. He is close to a 1st down. I think he's got it.
What an athletic play, though, by Jake Wilcox right there to kind of climb the ladder and then make that play and then make something and nothing into something there by picking up the 1st down.
High snap, and Wilcox was able to corral it, as you mentioned, John, and just run it straight forward for a 1st down. We're under a minute to go here in the 1st. And the Bears have it 1st and 10 at the Big Red 20. Owen gets it, bounces off of a tackle to the right, and is able to pick up a yard down to the 19. Tackled on the play by Tommy Ducker.
Ducker does a nice job there, and the whole defensive line does a good job on that play. They won the push there. Owen had nowhere to go and had to bounce it to the outside.
2nd down, 9 for the Bears from the Cornell 19. Wilcox takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Child, and he's sacked in the backfield. Great job there by Banbury coming in on the blitz, and he picks up the sack.
That's why he was the defensive player of the game last week, and look at him. He just comes off that side untested.
And that'll end the 1st quarter. 7-0 Cornell, your score. We'll take a break. Back with 2nd quarter action here in Providence right after this.
And again, Coach Frizz and the boys do a great job with it. Back to you guys.
Convert on 3rd and 16.
Thanks,
they will attempt a long field goal here by Christopher Marin. This one will be 43 yards in length. His career long is 48. Good snap, good hold. Marin's kick is up. It is on the way into the wind, and it has just enough leg. It clears the crossbar. It is good.
Great job by the senior right there as he just gets it. And as you had said, there is a wind here that's blowing, and that was a very, very good kick into this wind.
And by the way, Nick Coit loving that pink jacket. It is the pink game here. John, you got the pink shirt on. I've got the pink tie today. And,
Yeah, we're ready
you
to
know,
go.
they showed the pictures from the Bears bench press for cancer. They've done such a great job over the years raising so much money for the American Cancer Society and now the Cancer Survivorship Program for young adults at Merriam Hospital here in Providence. And kudos to the Brown football team. They do so much in their community here in Providence, Rhode Island, and that is just one great example of it.
And, you know, it's for all these athletes on both sides of the football. They do more than just play football. They're student athletes at top schools like Brown and Cornell and, you know, being Division I athletes and then giving back into their communities and playing a sport at this level. You know, it's a lot of time. And you know, we can't thank them enough. And, you know, this bedspread for cancer, that's been going on for years here at Brown.
In memory of Lawrence Rubin,
Yep.
a former captain and offensive tackle, class of 2005, who lost his battle with Ewing sarcoma while playing for the Bears. His teammates, when he was alive, started the event to try to help raise funds to help him offset the cost of his medical care. He was flying out west to the Stanford Medical Center to be treated, and after his passing, the program has kept this event alive on an annual basis, the Bench Press for Cancer, and raising money to help those in need fighting this awful disease. The ball blows off the tee, so they will hold it at the 40-yard line for Austin Alley, kicking into the wind, and you see the wind just standing that kick right up. Very returnable kick here from the 13 out across the 20, but a nice special teams tackle made by Will Jarvis.
Will Jarvis does a great job right there on open field tackle. Difficult to do on kickoff, and you know, coach puts out all his athletes. Will's a quarterback here and on the depth chart, and he's running down on kickoffs.
So with a 4-point lead, Jamison Wong and the Big Red offense come back out onto the field. This drive will start at the Cornell 20.
Going to see what type of adjustments Brown has made as Wong has really kind of marched down the field in his last two possessions. They made a fourth down stop, but they weren't able to stop Wong on a run for a touchdown.
Option right. Wong's going to keep it, run it ahead for a nice gainer of 10 yards out to the 30-yard line.
Well executed right there. Option by Cornell as they come out here to the near side. Blockers are able to seal in. And just a missed tackle coming up by the safety.
Tim Malo. That one they flare out to the left. Incomplete, intended for Doran Smith. It'll be second down and 10 for the Big Red.
Big Red just looked a little bit confused there in the hurry up right there. It wasn't well executed to the outside there. As they're going to slow it down now and look over at their new head coach.
Dan Swanstrom, we had a chance to talk to him earlier this week.
And he talked with a lot of confidence in this program, and I was impressed, you know, with our interview with him, Scott.
Yeah, you know, and he was very, very frank. He said, look, we're not a good football team yet. You used the word yet. Handoff goes to Pope on 2nd and 10, and Pope is going to be wrapped up by Kyle Philbin for no gain.
Philbin does a great job right there doing his wrap and taking him to the turf right there to bring up a 3rd and long. As you watch him just come off his block and just do a nice job right there.
You know, you mentioned Dan Swanstrom. I want to talk about him a little bit more, the first-year head coach of the Big Red. He spent some time in the Ivy League at Penn on not one but 2 different occasions. Of course, head coach at Ithaca College as well, but he has had success everywhere he has gone. 3rd down and 9 for the Big Red from their own 31. They are 2 for 3 on 3rd down today. Wong's going to flare it out left side, and it's going to be complete, but Masungu does not have the blockers to gain him 9 yards for the first down. Good job by the Bears defense to close in after a catch and run of 5. And the Cornell punting unit will come onto the field for the first time today.
You know, it was interesting. He said, you know, when he was mentored and he came out of the Johns Hopkins program, he and Coach Chesney.
Can you imagine that? Talk about 2 great coaches. You had Swanstrom on one side of the football, and you had Bob Chesney, now the JMU coach, both at Johns Hopkins on the same staff. They were together in 2008 and 2009. On 4th down and 5, Cade Leshevitz will punt the football away. Sam Badu standing inside his own 30. Low snap, but he's able to pick it up, get the kick away. And this one, they may have hit a brown jersey. Loose ball on the turf. Who's got it?
We're going to wait for the call right there. Cornell thinks it's their ball.
And the Bears do have it. The official pointing in Brown's direction. We'll take a timeout. 12:48 to go here in the opening half. Cornell 7, Brown 3 here on Nessa. Well, it is.
That's a good one.
It is Halloween week.
It is. Yep.
Wilcox going deep downfield for Miller, and it is incomplete. Solomon well covered on the play there by Trey Harris. Bears going for that deep shot.
I should know that because my wife was born the day before Halloween, and my brother, Koolman, was born on Halloween.
Is that right?
So there's a lot of celebrations around Halloween.
Okay.
So I should know that one. A lot of those movies have been watched.
2nd down and 10. The handoff to Childs, and Child is going to be bottled up for no gain. Good job there by the Big Red defensively. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Brown offense, 3rd and 10 from their own 33.
This is where Wilcox has got to protect the football. He's got a 3rd and 10 and a tough spot on the field right now.
Snap to Wilcox, back to pass on 3rd and 10. Has time, now steps up, but the pocket breaks down and closes on him. And Wilcox will only pick up a few yards. And the Bears will have to punt it away on 4th and long.
Got to give credit to the defensive backs and safeties of Cornell right there because really we had decent coverage, but they were able to really stick with it, and the receivers for Brown just couldn't break free.
Little extracurricular activity there after the play was over with as Amon Williams went to the turf, was looking for a flag but didn't get it. And on 4th down and 6, Austin Alley will punt the football into a pretty good breeze. We mentioned winds out of the west-northwest, which is directly into the face of the punter Austin Alley here of about 15 to 18 miles per hour. Alley gets the kickoff high but short. And this one will take a Bears bounce across the 30 and down across the 25. So the end result for Brown is pretty good punt by Alley down to the 21-yard line of the Big Red. Timeout on the field with 11:14 to go in the opening half. It's Cornell 7 and Brown 3. You're watching Ivy League football here on Nessa. 10 for the Big Red. This drive starting at the Cornell 21-yard line. 7-3 Big Red here with 11:14 to go in the second quarter.
Wong looks to the sidelines to get a call.
Wong takes the snap, gives it to Ian Pope, the tailback, running to his right, cuts it up, and he's going to be wrapped up by Sam Smith after a gain of about 3 yards to the 24-yard line.
Sam Smith does a nice job getting up inside the hole right there.
Pope on the season coming in with 253 yards rushing, 8th best in the Ivy League, averaging 5.4 yards per carry. A sophomore from Miami. 2nd down, 7 for the Big Red from their own 24. Wong rolling to his left, firing, and it is caught. Good job there defensively by Elias Archie to come up and make the tackle on Doran Smith after a gain of only a yard or 2.
Another 3rd down here for the Brown Bear defense to see if they can make a stop and get off the field, get their offense back on the field.
So the Big Red 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Here it is 3rd down and 5 from the 26. Wong with 5 wide and an empty backfield. Takes the snap, back to pass. Looks, fires, has a man. It's complete for a 1st down. And the tight end, Ryder Kurtz, moves the sticks for Cornell.
Kurtz has been a target here, Wong here early in this first half. And it comes up with another big catch. His first catch, he brought him down inside the 10. Looks like an offside call right there is the right side of Cornell. Looks like they jumped.
False start on the right side of the Big Red offensive line. Dylan Page, the right tackle, gets called for the penalty. John, last night, Yale and Penn played down at Franklin Field in Philadelphia. Really, for all intents and purposes, you could call it an elimination game. Both came in at 0-2 in league play. Yale ended up winning the game to pick up their first Ivy win. Penn falls to 0-3. The reason I say elimination game, while the Quakers are still technically alive to compete for an Ivy championship, as Wong rolls to his right, and the pass is incomplete. But the Ivy League has never had a 3-loss champion. And so Penn picking up their 3rd loss of the season in league play last night, losing at home to Yale. I think more disappointing for the Quakers is their starting quarterback, Aiden Sayin, got injured early in that game, suffered what appeared to be an elbow injury, so his status uncertain, as the Quakers will be coming here to Providence to face the Brown Bears next Saturday.
It puts how important this football game is, both for Cornell and Brown here today, with only 1 loss. Deflected at the line of scrimmage right there, but as you had mentioned, Brown with 1 loss has its own destiny. They win here today, but they still face a Columbia and a Dartmouth team that are undefeated, so they're really kind of in their driver's seat in terms of what their rest of their schedule looks like here.
So 3rd down and 15 here for the Big Red, backed up to their own 27-yard line. Wong with 2 receivers and the tight end to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Back to pass on 3rd and 15. Wong rolling out to his right, looking. He fires it downfield, and it is out of bounds and incomplete. Good coverage by the Bears secondary. Good pressure by the Bears defensive front as John Purdue was in on Jamison Wong.
They showed blitz there. They haven't blitzed much in this first half, but it was Purdue, the middle linebacker, came in and really kind of pressured him outside the box and put pressure on Wong. And really, that's been something you need to do effectively if you're the Brown Bears here, is you can't let Wong sit in the pocket and just pick you apart. You're going to have to bring pressure.
And so the Big Red will punt it away to the Bears once again. Sam Badu standing inside his own 40-yard line to receive the kick. A low driving punt. Badu backs up. It bounces over his head and takes a Cornell bounce out of bounds inside the 21-yard line. Good kick there. We'll take a break. 7-3. Cornell still on top here in Providence.
Of an ankle injury, but guys, if the Bears want to put together some good defensive performances, it'll help having Isaiah Reed back on the field. Back up to you.
All right, Nick, thank you. No doubt about it. Isaiah Reed, not just one of the best players in the Ivy League, you could argue all of FCS football, and a true pro prospect.
Oh, there's no question about it, and the Bears secondary missed him over the last 3 weeks for sure.
Stockton Owen picks up about 1.5 yards, 2 yards on the first down carry. That'll be 2nd down and a short 9. Dump it off to Solomon Miller. Makes one man miss. But it'll be tackled at the 25-yard line. And the Bears are going to have another 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 6 facing them.
Good swarm tackle in there by the Big Red, as they really kind of been attacking the football defensively. 4 guys all around the football right there. Miller had nowhere to go.
On 3rd and 6, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Wilcox to pass. He fires it near side. It is caught. Pezza makes the catch. And it is good enough for a Bears first down. His progress was just across the 31-yard line. And the Bears will move the chains.
Pezza, a local native from North Kingston, Rhode Island, does a great job with O'Keefe, the cornerback from Big Red, all over his back right there. And he's able to pull it in for a first down.
Now Wilcox motioning out of the backfield here.
Will Jarvis, number 10.
Snap going to go directly to Childs instead, and Childs going to take it across the 35 to the 36 for a nice 5-yard run on first down. So a little bit of a different formation there, and they're still going to have Wilcox lined up in the right slot. Direct snap to Childs again. Or check that. That was Ty Holtz, wasn't it?
Childs was out here on the outside on the slot.
That was Ty Holtz. Now Wilcox back in his shotgun formation. He takes the snap, back to pass, looking, steps up, trying to run for it. And he's going to pick up the first down, spinning forward to the 45-yard line.
That was all Jake Wilcox right there as he is able to elude some tacklers as you watch him spin right there. Shows his athletic ability and is able to pick up the first down. Interesting, Coach Perry at one point had 3 quarterbacks out there.
Yeah.
Jarvis, Holtz, and
Jake Wilcox. 1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 45-yard line. Under 6.5 to go here in the first half. Shovel pass will go to Ty Holtz. And Holtz takes it around the right side for a pickup of 5 yards out to midfield.
You know, Coach Perry's always said he's going to put his athletes out there and mix it in. And there's Holtz as a backup quarterback out there taking a run. But put your defense on a position because he can stop and throw the football. So you don't know which direction they're going to go in there.
Now Quentin Brown will check in at tailback. Lined up behind Jake Wilcox, who operates out of the pistol on 2nd and 5. Give it to Quentin Brown up the middle, and Brown's got a first down inside Big Red territory and tackled at the 39-yard line.
Quentin Brown has been their go-to in the Kodiak package, and he's that north-south runner that's very, very strong inside the guard gaps, and he shows it right there as he explodes up the middle.
He's a big guy, 6 feet, 220-pound junior. Fake the handoff to Brown. Wilcox is going to keep it again, and he's going to get a tough few yards across the 35 to the 34. 5-yard gain for Jake Wilcox.
Wilcox leading rusher for the Brown Bears at the quarterback position. Something that if you're maybe a coach would make you nervous with today's injuries, and guys are big on the defensive side, and you want your star to stay healthy, but he's such an athlete and so great with his feet that you can't hold him back.
Give to Stockton Owen up the middle, and Owen's going to take it ahead for a gain of 3 more down to the 32.
And, you know, Jake doesn't have that elusive speed, like, you know, but he is so athletic and so talented that he's able to make plays with his feet.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Bears from the Cornell 32-yard line. Snap to Wilcox. Give to Owen again, and Owen's going to drive forward, but only a gain of a yard to the 31-yard line as the Big Red defense stands him up and pushes him back from there.
Got to believe you're going to go for it here, especially with this wind blowing and you're blowing into the wind. Got to believe they're going to go for it here at 4th and 2.
The Bears do keep their offense out onto the field. They'll make some changes at receiver and at tailback as Childs comes back in. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Bears from the 31-yard line of the Big Red. Play clock down to 9.
Big Red showing blitz. We get a movement.
And that may change James Perry's thinking here. So the false start will make it 4th down and 7 instead. At this area of the field, this is normally where James Perry would go for it anyway. With this wind, do you even consider just maybe pooching it deep, or
he's going to go for it?
He's going to keep the offense on the field.
So if the Big Red can make a big stop here, their offense is going to have great field position coming in here with 3:48 and ticking left in the first half.
4th down and 7 for the Bears, now at the 36-yard line of Cornell. They motion Dylan Golden, the tight end, of the backfield, and we got a timeout called here by the Bears.
Good timeout right here by James Perry. There was an all-out blitz there. They were sending 8 guys. He needed to call that timeout.
So with 3:35 to go in the first half, a timeout called by James Perry and the Bears. We'll keep it here, with Cornell leading this one by 4, 7-3.
You know, interesting as you look at the crowd here today, it's family weekend. We talked about the pink game, but it's family weekend here at Brown.
And yeah, nice crowd and beautiful weather. The Bears have been very fortunate to have terrific weather for all of their home games thus far this season.
And my broadcast partner here he's the father and a proud father of a sophomore here at Brown.
Junior,
excuse me. God, this time fly. I remember when he was 5 years old out here.
Yeah.
You know, coming with your wife and your in-laws to the games and your parents. But so it's a good weekend for you.
It certainly is. 4th down and 7 for the Bears from the 36-yard line of Cornell. Big Red crowding the line of scrimmage again. They look like they're coming. Now they back out of it. 4-man rush. Wilcox back to pass. Steps up. And now he runs to his right. Wilcox looking. He's going to try to run for the first down, and he'll be stopped short. Looked like he had an opening if he kept it to the far outside, but he decided to cut it up and in and tackled at the 31-yard line.
Good effort by Jake. Everyone was covered downfield. Right here is where you're seeing he had it to the outside, but I think he thought Burnberry was going to get to him on that outside. Maybe didn't think he had the speed to get to the corner. And he's just trying to look to try to move the chains, but I think he didn't see the pursuit coming off his shoulder.
So the Big Red come up with a big 4th down stop, and they'll take over with 3:25 to go in the half and all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Now the officials calling a timeout here to get the chains set.
Now, if you're the Brown Bears, this is a really big series for your defense with 3:25 to go. Cornell's got 3 timeouts left, but you do not want them to put points on the board going into halftime.
Wong takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls right, fires right, has a man. It is caught at the 42-yard line. Ridden out of bounds is Masungu by Isaiah Reed, but a first down catch for Sam Masungu.
Masungu's their number 1 receiver, and they've got the number 1 defensive back in the Ivy League, Isaiah Reed, on him. And Wong's not afraid of that as he makes a great throw here to the outside perimeter for a completion and a first down.
Pickup of 11. 1st and 10, Cornell from the 42. Wong now up under center for the first time today. Takes the snap, hands it to Masungu on the end around to the right, and he is tackled by Reed after a modest gain of a couple of yards.
This time Isaiah Reed gets him on the run as he comes up, and Isaiah does a good job of coming off of coverage, making a nice open field tackle.
2nd down, 8 for the Big Red from the 44. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Wong backs up into the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, back to pass, looks left, fires left, and it is caught on the Cornell sideline by Parker Woodring.
Woodring makes a nice catch out there. It was a tough throw to him, kind of caught him off balance over there. Shows some good athleticism to pull that ball down on the far side.
It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Big Red from their own 47. And now we're going to get a timeout called here. Check that. We have got the 2-minute timeout, and we'll take it too. With 2 minutes to go in the first half, Cornell will have a big 3rd down and 5 facing them when we come back. You're watching Ivy League football here on Nestle. For a 3rd down stop here. It's 3rd and 5 for the Big Red, and Wong fakes the handoff, keeps it, and runs ahead for the first down into Bears territory, down to the Brown 46.
Good RPO action right there as they fake it to Tucker. He sees the hole open. He pulls it out of Tucker's belly and picks up an easy first down.
So Cornell keeps the drive alive. Wong to pass, fires it out left side, complete to his tight end, Kurtz. And out of bounds on the far sideline at the 42, pickup of 4 on the catch by Ryder Kurtz.
That's been an effective pass out there in the flat from Wong to Kurtz, the tight end. He's able to release, and he's able to really kind of find a seam there in that, basically that 5 to 7 yard intermediate spot.
2nd down, 6, Cornell at the Bears 42. Wong is going to give the ball to Tucker. Tucker running to his left, and he can only manage to pick up a yard as the Bears close in. Quincy Utze among those in on the tackle.
Gaddis does a good job, too, coming up from the cornerback position there, but that was a great job by the defensive Brown to stay in their lanes right there and not get caught off guard. Now it's another 3rd down that they got to try to get off the field here with 1:21 and ticking to go.
Well, the Big Red converted on 3rd and 5 only a moment ago on the run by Wong. What will they do here on 3rd and 5 from the 41? Wong back to pass, looking, firing, incomplete. Good coverage there on the far side of the field by the Bears' Khalil Lindsey.
Lindsey does a great job of coverage on that far side. He gets his shoulder right where it's supposed to be, locked in, and then he's able to come over the top and do a nice job at deflecting that. And they're going to go for it here.
So with 1:08 to go, the Big Red will go for it on 4th down and 5 from the 41-yard line of the Bears. This could be a risky move here by Dan Swanstrom because if they don't pick it up, the Bears offense will have good field position. And it doesn't take James Perry long to move that ball down the field. They're going to go with a little pooch kick here by Jamison Wong, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So with 1:02 to go in the first half, the Bears will take over at their own 20.
Cornell's been noted for that pooch kick. We've seen it many times. Wong doing that kick over his career over the last 4 years.
I think that's a smart call. You don't want to turn it over on downs, somewhere near midfield. That in this case, the line of scrimmage was the 41. So while they didn't get to pin the Bears inside their own 10, they do put Brown 80 yards away from taking the lead. And only 1:02 to go until halftime.
And Brown's got 2 timeouts left. And if you would put him out here at that 40, as James Perry said, that's 62 seconds. For me to go 60 yards, my playbook is wide open.
And he generally says the analytics tell you need a second for every yard you need to go. 1st and 10 from the 20. Wilcox takes the snap, back to pass, fires it right side, has a man complete on the far side of the field. The catch is made there by Ben Mosley, and he runs out of bounds wisely.
Heads up play by Ben Mosley to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock with 56 seconds. Brings up a 2nd and short, but it was smart of him to get out of bounds instead of getting caught inside and letting that clock tick.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. 56 seconds to go until halftime. Wilcox will hand it to Quentin Brown. He'll pick up the first down. And that'll stop the clock to move the chains momentarily. When the chains are set, they'll start the clock up with 51 seconds.
Brown's going to a hurry-up offense. It's got Cornell a little confused here. They can't get their call in defensively.
Snap to Wilcox, fake the handoff, back to pass. Looking deep for Solomon Miller and triple coverage, and it is incomplete. That one was almost intercepted.
That's a tough throw right there by Jake Wilcox. Triple coverage. Not only that, into a gusting wind at 15 or 18 miles an hour. He's got plenty of time, but
Jeremiah Lewis.
Jeremiah Lewis comes over the top, but you can see the ball got kind of banged down from the wind.
Well, the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 39 seconds to go in the half. 2nd down and 10 for the Bears from their own 34. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right for Wilcox. Shovel pass to Stockton Owen. Owen going to take it ahead, and he'll pick up a first down out to the 46, and that'll stop the clock with 30 seconds to go. Again, to move the chains, the Bears will hurry up to the line so they don't have to burn a timeout.
Brown's going to have to get that ball somewhere down, probably around the 30-yard line for an attempt of a field goal here.
Wilcox going to fire it out right side to Barber. He runs out of bounds in Cornell territory. Just inside the 48. They'll spot him out at the 47-yard line of the Big Red.
What are we thinking here? Somewhere around that 27 with this wind,
Well, he hit a 43-yarder before, so yeah, somewhere on the 25, 27-yard line, I would say, would be where you need to get for a makeable field goal attempt for Christopher Marin. 2nd and 4 for the Bears on the 47 of Cornell. Wilcox to pass again, fires middle, has a man complete, and the Bears are going to have to use a timeout here. They will with 16 seconds to go.
Now, with 1 timeout left, you basically have got probably 2 plays. 1 play you're going to try to have to get in field goal range, I would assume.
Yeah, you're right, John. I think they get time for a couple of plays before they bring Christopher Marin and the field goal unit out. You can use the entire field because you have a timeout remaining, so they don't have to throw it to the sidelines if they choose not to.
I would think that they're going to use this next play, everything in their playbook right now. Maybe they can catch something over the middle that gets them down inside, that 30-yard line, and then maybe call your timeout and then go for the end zone if you want to.
So that 43-yarder by Marin, made it over the crossbar by maybe a couple of yards max. So let's say 45 is your maximum distance. That means you got to get it to the 27-yard line for a 45-yard field goal attempt. 1st and 10 for the Bears. 5 wide, empty backfield for Wilcox from the Cornell 43. Wilcox to pass, fires middle, has a man. Pezza spun down at the 36, and the Bears call their final timeout with 10 seconds to go. So John, that they're not in field goal range yet, but now they can do a quick hit to the outside of the field, provided the receiver can get out of bounds. If they can pick up another, maybe 10 yards here.
Yeah, it's going to narrow your play calling now. And if you're Cornell, you know you're on the defensive side, you're going to be protecting against that because, if they go to the middle of the field, I don't think they would have enough time to get up and spike the football. Follow me, because it would be a first down, so the clock would stop.
Right.
You'd have to come up and you'd have to spike. All depends on how the play develops and if Jake gets a quick release or if he's scrambling around, then you could run out of time here. So he's going to have to be quick on this play. He's going to have to look to the outside. Somebody, either Barber on the far side of Miller, is going to have to do that out, like you said, down around the 25, which is only a 10-yard pass play.
2nd and 3 from the 36 for the Bears. Snap to Wilcox, back to pass, looking, firing. It is complete, and they take the first down, stops the clock with 5 seconds to go, and the Bears are going to try to clock it here, and they do that with 4 seconds left. Now, this would be a field goal attempt, and they are going to bring on.
They're going to bring on
the field goal unit. This will be a field goal attempt of 49 yards.
Into the wind.
Into the wind.
Into a strong wind that we've seen all through this half.
So Christopher Marin's career long is 48. This one would be officially 49. It is spotted between the 38 and 39-yard lines, and a timeout's going to be called by Cornell here.
Try to ice Chris a little bit and have him think about it.
I would almost have somebody back underneath the goalpost if I were Cornell. If the wind stands this kick up, you might have something to return.
Yeah, you could, but you're up 7-3. My feeling is you're going to put the pressure on and see if you can get a block. I mean, URI was able to do it, because Christopher's going to have to put his leg into it. So this is going to be a kick that he's going to have to drive.
John, as you and I look at the American flag off to our right from our vantage point in the press box, it's blowing pretty briskly.
Yep.
Again, winds out of the west-northwest, now at 18 miles per hour. You see the flag right there on your screen. So this is no easy task for Christopher Marin. This would be a career-high 49-yard field goal, but into a pretty good breeze here at Brown Stadium with 4 seconds to go until halftime. Well, the Big Red are not going to send anyone back for this. They will crowd the line of scrimmage. Good snap, good hold. Marin's kick is up. It is on the way, and this one had the leg, but it misses wide to the right. So credit to Marin. He had the leg to get it there, but it misses wide right. And at halftime, it'll be the Cornell Big Red taking a 4-point lead to the locker room, 7-3 over the Browns. Teams are good on third down, converting at 50% or better. Neither team turned the ball over. I'll tell you what, if you're expecting a high-scoring game, you didn't get that, or at least not yet. It's been more of a defensive battle here in this football game.
With these two explosive quarterbacks coming into this football game, we thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, but plenty of time left there in the second half to see if these quarterbacks can get their offenses online, but it's really been a defensive battle.
Zhao will be kicking into the wind, and he gets a good kick away here. Miller is going to back up and take it inside his own 5. He's going to return this one across the 10 to the 15 and tripped up as he reaches the 20.
Going to have to take advantage of the wind, too, if you're the Brown Bears here in this third quarter, as we saw in the first half. A tight wind there, and it blocked down Wilcox's one long pass there near the end of the first half. So going to have to see these Brown Bears take advantage of this here early.
So the Bears will have the wind at their back here in the third quarter. They'll start this drive at their own 20, trailing 7-3 as we start the third quarter. Wilcox in the first half, 13 of 20 passing for 90 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He also had 7 carries for 27 yards in the first half. And he's going to fire it on first down, complete to Pezza for a first down, out across the 30 to the 32 to the 33-yard line.
Nice job by Pezza right there as they come out firing. And, they had 26 run attempts, the Brown Bears did in the first half, to 7 of Cornell. I was very surprised at that statistic.
On first down, Wilcox rolling to his right, pressured, so he's got to get rid of it, and looking for Sam Badu, who is well covered by Damon Barnes.
Good.
Second down 10.
Good maturity there by the senior, fifth-year senior, as he breaks the pocket there in a tough throwing position. He throws it out of bounds and doesn't try to force the ball into a covered man.
Second and 10 for the Bears from their own 33. Wilcox, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to pass on second and 10. Shovel pass forward. And Stockton Owen can only pick up a yard, maybe 2.
Stockton Owen gets a nice shovel pass there. It was wide open. He vision is to the inside. He needs to look to the outside there and just start to break out to the outside. He cuts back into where the pursuit is and really had an opportunity for a big gain.
Going to bring up a third down and 8 for the Bears. Brown 5 for 10 on third down, converting at 50% this afternoon, but this is a long one. 3rd and 8, Wilcox to pass. Steps up, fires, had his hand hit, it's intercepted. Damon Barnes comes up with a pick for Cornell at midfield.
First turnover of the football game right there is the excitement on the Big Red sidelines as they know they're on the road here and how important turnovers are in a football game. As Wilcox's arm, as you see right here, he just gets it nicked and the ball does not come off well enough, and a great interception right there and puts this Jamison Wong offense for the Big Red in great field position here to start the second half.
First turnover of the game, and it goes to the Big Red, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the Brown 48-yard line. Great field position for Jamison Wong and the Big Red offense. And on first down, Wong fakes the handoff, keeps it on the end around, but great coverage there by the Bears' Ryan Haley, who chases him down and tackles him for no gain.
Great job right there. Number 57.
Oh, that was Purdue, excuse me.
50 Purdue, he's down now after that tackle. He's coming off an injury from 2 weeks ago, and he's not getting up. He's getting up slowly out there right now. So he made the tackle and then kind of started to move towards the sideline, and looks like he's a little shaken up right there.
There you see him right there, John Purdue, the
Texas.
6 foot, 240-pound junior from Houston, Texas, and certainly one of the leaders of that Brown defense. Did a great job of spying Jamison Wong on that last play and tackling him for no gain.
When he came on here as a freshman, Coach Perry spoke highly of him, and he's really broke into the lineup here over these last few years.
2nd and 10 for the Big Red from the 48 of Brown. Wong, play action pass, incomplete. Well, they're going to call pass interference on Elias Archie. I tell you, that contact looked like it was very close to simultaneous to when the ball arrived, but we'll take another look at the replay to see if this is going to be pass interference and an automatic first down for the Big Red.
We're going to have to see if we'll wait for the call here, but we'll have to see if Archie had his hand on him on that backside as they came across the middle.
Corey Hansen is our referee.
Not fair. Defense number 13. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Take another look at it right here. See if he gets him early.
Right there, he gets him early. As you see, he hooks his back on.
May have been hooking that right arm a little bit prematurely.
Yeah, he came in a little premature and grabbed that back arm right there. And, you know, the umpire on the backside had a great view of it. Bring up an automatic first down right there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Big Red from the 33-yard line of the Bears. That's a big call. It would have been 3rd and long. And instead, a first down for the Big Red. Wong back to pass on first down. Has time. Steps up. Fires down the middle of the field. It is caught inside the 5-yard line. Doran Smith.
Great catch by Doran Smith right there. He's under tight coverage on a post pattern as Wong sees him. Wong's patient. He throws it right up there. But as you can see, Smith does a great job of stretching out to bring that ball in.
Noble Cooper makes the touchdown saving tackle, but it's 1st and goal to go for Cornell. They have it at the Bears' 3-yard line. Trying to make this a 2-score game here early in the 3rd quarter. Wong has Ian Pope standing to his right, fakes the handoff to him. He's going to take it himself toward the goal line. Does he get into the end zone? No, they say he's going to be down inside the 1. Wong making a bid for his 2nd touchdown run of the afternoon. Stopped just short of the end zone.
It's Tim Mallow who makes the touchdown saving tackle there at the goal line, number 9, and now they're going to bring in their goal line defense. Brown is they shift 4 defensive linemen in.
Cornell brings in its heavy package as well. It's going to be Wong throwing out of it, and to the end zone. It is incomplete. He was looking on the play for James Reinbold, who is actually a linebacker in there at tailback.
He was wide open right out here. He just couldn't get it. Wong just overthrew him a little bit. All he had to do was lob it down. So now it's 3rd and goal.
We'll see if they give it to Tucker, the tailback here, if Wong keeps it, or if they're going to throw it on 3rd and goal from the 1. My bet's on Tucker. 3rd down goal to go from the 1 for the Big Red. Up under center is Wong. Takes the snap. He's going to roll left, looking, and he's going to try to run it into the end zone. He does. Touchdown, Big Red. 2nd touchdown run of the afternoon for Jamison Wong.
Wong does a great job at getting out here and breaks containment, and then he just cuts himself up onto the inside. And as you watch him, he sprints. He knows he's going to run for it, and then he just makes a nice cut right there on number 13, Archie, and finds his way into the end zone. And Coach Swanstrom, he's going to put the ball in his best player's hands, and that's Wong, and that's exactly what he did there.
Now the point after attempt here for Zhao to make it a 14-3 Cornell advantage. Low snap, but a good job by the Big Red holder to get that down. It's a great job by Aiden McCarter to get that down, and the extra point is good for Cornell. 14-3, Big Red with 12:05 to go in the 3rd. You're watching Ivy League football here on Nestle. Zhao to kick it off. High end over end kick. Miller calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 2. So the Bears offense will set up shop at the 25, but now trailing by 11 in this one, 14-3 after Jamison Wong scores on his 2nd touchdown run of the afternoon. Wong having himself quite a nice afternoon, 20 of 31 passing for 181 yards and 6 carries for 29 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
Going to see how this Brown offense responds after a turnover on their last possession to start the 2nd half. Now they're down by 2 possessions, 11 points. So they've got to start to put some points on the board here.
Wilcox is going to hand it off to Childs, and Childs will have a nice 5-6 yard run on 1st down.
Matt Childs does a nice job up inside right there just to kind of weave his way in to pick up 6 yards. A tough 6 yards. So he shows great vision and power.
Bears right back up to the line on 2nd and 4, and again Childs the ball carrier, and he'll push forward out to the 33-yard line, pick up a 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Bears.
Childs will have to come off the field. His helmet just fell off, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and short here for the Brown Bears. As Quentin Brown comes in to replace him, number 32, their go-to back on short yardage, who's been their workhorse when he comes into less than 2 yards.
3rd down and 2. Wilcox faked a handoff, and he keeps it, and he is going to be stopped for no gain. That one may have been the wrong decision on the RPO there.
I think it was on the wrong decision. I think he saw that Quentin might not have got it. He thought he could, but he didn't feel the pressure on the backside that was coming at him. Just not a very good read right there.
And so the Bears will be forced to bring their punting unit onto the field. Austin Alley will kick it away. A.J. Holmes standing at his own 25-yard line to receive the punt for Cornell.
This is where your gunners are really got to get down the field when you have a strong wind, that your punter doesn't out-punch you.
Good punt by Alley, a booming punt. Holmes takes it at his own 17, and he's going to be dropped right on the spot. Good tackle there by Will Jarvis.
Will Jarvis, the gunner on this side, does a great job.
14-3, Cornell in the lead with 10:47 to go here in the 3rd. But Wong has been as advertised today. No passing touchdowns, but he's got 2 of them on the ground, and his Cornell team on top of Brown here in Providence, 14-3 in the third.
Well, he's living up to his caliber here. He came into this game in the top #1 in FCS football for points responsible per game at 18, and he's already got 12.
How about that? A rare handoff up the middle. That is not something that the Big Red have done much of today. Obviously, their scouting report was, we're going to throw it on this Brown defense. Now Wong's going to go with an option to the right, and he's going to toss it late to Pope, and Pope with a nice carry. And that was a good read there by Wong on the option. And they'll be very close to a first down.
You are right. They only ran the ball 7 times in the first half. But if you're coming out here and you're up by 11 and it's 10 minutes to go in the third, plenty of football. But if you can establish some sort of a run game and stop burning that clock, it's only going to help you and your football team.
So it's going to be 3rd down and a yard for the Big Red from their own 26. Cornell has been very good on 3rd down today, 7 for 11. And this one, a very short 3rd down, 3rd and 1. The tight end, Kurtz, motioning right to left. And we get a timeout called by the Big Red. Looks like there may have been a little confusion there pre-snap. So Dan Swanstrom calls the timeout. You know, he mentioned Swanstrom hired this year to be the first-year head coach of the Big Red. Did a great job at Ithaca College from 2017 to 2021. And he's confident that he can turn this Cornell program into one that will be competing for championships in the Ivy League.
You know, it's all about recruiting and discipline and execution. And he obviously did it at the Division III level up there and turned Ithaca around and was able to recruit the athletes he needed to upstate New York.
And very familiar with the Ivy League, having served 2 stints at Penn from 2014 through 16, where I believe the Quakers won 2 Ivy titles in those 3 years, and then back there again in the 22-23 campaign. So familiar with the Ivy League as well, John.
But he came with confidence. You know, on our interview this week, you could just tell confidence, and that runs through to your players.
So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Big Red from their own 26, and Wong's going to keep it on the quarterback sneak, and it looks like he's going to have enough of the first down where the side judge comes in. It looks like it'll be enough for a Cornell first down.
When there's an important play on the field and you see Wong there, you're going to know that he's going to be the one that they're going to want having the football in their hands. He's going to be real close. It looks like the clapping.
This may be measurement worthy here.
Yeah, the clapping of the defensive lineman for Brown is kind of giving us an early indication. Maybe they didn't make it, but
the Brown defense is pointing in the opposite direction, like they made the stop. Ooh. Personal foul, chop block on the offense.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a big break for the Brown Bear defense right there. We talk about penalties and how they can hurt you. 3rd and 1. It's going to now bring you to a
3rd and 16.
And you got to be real careful. You're into the wind, and the wind is really picked up now as the flag is blowing and at full tilt here.
So apparently it's from the spot of the infraction. It's going to be 3rd down and 14 for the Big Red. 3 receivers to the left for Jamison Wong. And he'll drop back to pass. Looking, rolling to his right, and he's just got to get rid of it. He was under pressure by the Bears' Owen Clark.
Yeah, good job by Owen Clark coming off of his spot right there and putting some pressure on Wong and forcing him out of the pocket. But that's a big stop for this Brown defense here. You know, at 9:19 to go, you're down 2 possessions. You got to get your offense on the football field. That's really kind of sputtered this half.
And, John, it looks like the Bears' offense will have good field position as the Cornell punter, Kay Leshevitz, will be booting this one into the wind. Sam Badu standing on the Cornell side of midfield at the 47-yard line of the Big Red to receive the punt. Good snap, and the kick just gets away by Leshevitz, and a fair catch call for inside the 45 by Sam Badu. Timeout on the field. Good
check here. We're going to see if Brown can get some game plan here and get him into some open space.
Right now, Stockton Owen gets the handoff and has a nice run inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. A 6-yard run for Stockton Owen.
where Childs comes up and he's so good is when you can get him in open space, he can really use his wheels. And if he's got a linebacker on him, tough coverage.
2nd down 4 for the Bears from the Cornell 38-yard line. 5 wide in an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and now 2 of those receivers, Owen and Pezza, motion into the backfield. Back to pass. Wilcox fires it down the middle of the field. It is intercepted. Picked off for a second time by Damon Barnes.
Damon Barnes, a safety over the top. He just read Wilcox the whole way and just came over and had an easy interception as Wilcox didn't see him. As Wilcox throws his football, you can see he just comes over the top underneath the receiver. The ball really was underthrown and just an easy pick. That's 2 turnovers here in this second half, and those are crucial turnovers. And Brown is coming off of 5 turnovers last week. 3 were interceptions and 2 were fumbles, and it looks like in this half that turnover bug has come back to get him.
Yeah, John Wilcox now has thrown more interceptions, 7, than he has touchdowns, 6 this season. Not what the Bears expected from their 5th-year senior quarterback. As Cornell will dump it off out of the backfield to Masungu.
Sungu does a nice job on the outside there. He comes into this game second in FCS football for receptions per game at an average of 7.6, and he's been Wong's go-to guy here in this football game.
Second down and 3. And Wong's going to keep it, and he's going to be dropped back at the 14-yard line.
Cornell struggles here with terrible field positions. They're going to try to get themselves out of this.
That time Wong probably should have pitched it.
Yep, on that side he should have, but trying to protect the football also down here and don't want to give the Brown Bears any kind of life when they've kind of been sputtering here in the third quarter.
3rd and 5 for the Big Red from their own 14. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right for Jamison Wong. And Wong takes the snap, option right with Pope again. He's going to keep it, and he is going to pick up the first down. Wong needed 5, picked up 6 to the 20.
That was all Jamison Wong as he gets up into traffic right there. He decides to keep it, and Brown's got an opportunity as you watch him right here to make a tackle, and they just can't come down and close on him, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Big first down conversion there for Cornell, simply because they are heading into the wind. Had they been stopped, they would have had to kick it into the wind again, and once again, the Brown offense would have had good field position. The give is to Pope here, and Pope up the middle across the 21 to the 22 for a pickup of 2 before being driven back.
Seen a lot of that run game here from Cornell in this half because of the wind, I believe. And also they're up and they can use the clock to their advantage, but this wind is strong and they can get out of this unscathed here in this third quarter and up 14-3 and then have the wind at their back.
2nd down and 8 for the Big Red from their own 22. Wong's going to fire it to the right side quickly, complete to Masungu and out of bounds on the far side. That is the 8th catch of the afternoon for Masungu, who he leads all Cornell receivers in receptions today.
We've got soft coverage on him on the outside there with Isaiah Reed. It was kind of an easy catch for the leading receiver for Cornell.
We're going to get a penalty on Cornell here. It's going to back them up. Ineligible man downfield.
5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The center, Kevin Ma, was downfield a little bit too early.
Another penalty that's going to help the Brown Bear defense here.
Taking another look. There you see. Yeah, he is.
He releases down.
He was just blocking, but
can't go down that far.
Nope. Not on a pass play. On 2nd and long, Wong to fire, and the pass is tipped and deflected down, incomplete. Nate Lucier with the deflection.
Great job by Nate Lucier, the 5th-year senior from North Providence, Rhode Island, through LaSalle Academy here locally, and he was a quarterback for 4 years and converted to outside linebacker this year. And look at him get up there as a big athlete and gets his hands up there and does a great job deflecting that ball.
3rd down and 13 for the Big Red from their own 17-yard line. 3 receivers to the left of Wong and 1 to the right. Cornell 8 of 13 on 3rd down today. Wong back to pass, has plenty of time, fires it to Masungu, but low and incomplete. He's doing a little comeback there at about the 33-yard line, but Wong just threw the ball a little bit too short.
Yeah, it's tough into that wind as we're looking across the field right now. The Ivy League flags are blowing at full tilt across there, and you could see in that throw that it was underthrown, but I think wind had a factor on it. Didn't want it to sail.
So as it turns out, John, the Bears will get some good field position here. Cade Leshevitz is going to have to punt into this stiff breeze once again. Sam Badu standing at midfield to receive the Leshevitz punt. Low snap. Leshevitz gets his leg into this one. And a fair catch called for by Badu at the 47-yard line of Cornell.
So once again, the Brown Bears will get it on this side of the 50 as Badu does a good job there of coming up and making the fair catch and not letting that ball drop. So this offense has got great field position once again, Scott. They're going to have to take advantage of it here with 5:57 to go in the 3rd quarter, and you're down by 11 points, which is 2 possessions. Going with the win, you've got to take advantage of this win and come up with some points here.
This drive will start at the Cornell 46. With the Bears down 11 and 5:57 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wilcox with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. On 1st and 10, will drop back to pass. Dumps it off to Childs. Childs gets a block, has some room at the 40, and he's tackled at the 37-yard line.
Great block by Smith, number 75 on the outside right there. He gets out there, and he's the one who pops this, and that's what they got to do with Matt Childs, the great freshman here, is they got to get him in open space.
2nd down 1, and Wilcox to pass again. He's looking. Now he's going to roll to his right, and he fires in, and it is intercepted again. Was he inbounds? Yes. Wow. Tyler Gibson makes the pick. 3rd interception thrown by Wilcox here in the 3rd quarter.
That interception there on Wilcox as he breaks containment there. He doesn't look down the field as he's right here to his left. He's just geared into that pass right there. Oh, that's close there. They're going to review that. Did he get his feet in? You got to look at that again.
I think he may have. I think his left leg may have come down in bounds.
Jake's frustrated with himself right there. As he knows, as you watch right here, he's glued in. He has Childs open on the other side, but as we watch right here.
I think that's a catch.
Yeah, I do too.
College football, you only need 1 foot down, and that left foot is down. Now, we don't know if there's another angle where you can see if he had the ball secured as he was rolling out of bounds. From this angle, you can't tell.
And
is there another angle that shows when he secures the football? From this angle, from behind, you don't know. You assume he has control of the football inbounds. That means the interception would stand. Now, if there's another angle that shows he does not have possession until he rolls out of bounds, and that would be a different story. Let's take a look at this angle here, John. I think that's a clean interception. I think he controlled it immediately.
But if you look at that angle once again, they can get it back to us here before the call. If you look at it right here, as Wilcox is coming, right there he has Childs just open coming over that middle, and he makes that decision to come to the sidelines, but it is a catch the way I see it. It has to be undisputable to overturn it. So the call on the field is catch.
John, last week the Bears lost to the Princeton Tigers in part because they turned the ball over 5 times. Here, 3 turnovers in the 3rd quarter, and it's tough to win football games that way. And there you go. The ruling on the field stands. So the interception does count for Tyler Gibson.
Scott, you are so right. I mean, the Brown Bears going into last week against Princeton only had 4 turnovers all season.
Yeah, they were one of the best teams in all of FCS football in taking care of the football and in turning over the opposition. It's been just the opposite these last 2 games. So 1st and 10 for the Big Red from their own 20. 3 receivers to the right for Wong. Who takes the snap. back to pass. He's looking left for Pope, and it's out of bounds and incomplete.
Good coverage over here by number 0. Gaddis does a good job taking Pope out of the play right there. Wong looks to the sidelines here, but Gaddis, number 0, has had a great game here today. He's made some great tackles. He's come up off of that cornerback position. It's a defensive lineman. Bumpus is looking for his call over there on the sidelines from defensive coordinator Tim Weaver.
2nd down and 10 for the Big Red from their own 20-yard line. Snap to Wong, back to pass again. He's going to fire middle, has a man wide open. Catch at the 40, 45 midfield into Bears territory. Doran Smith tackled at the 30-yard line.
Great catch right there, but it's wide open. Tyler Baskett, the safety on the front side here, is they basically just do a post coming over. He just doesn't get into the zone, and just really an easy catch and run.
Wong's going to fire it to the end zone here, and it is incomplete, but he was being held by Tim Malo, and a penalty flag comes down.
Yeah, you could see that. Number 86 was just really, as he was coming down, his jersey, they were fighting and scrapping. Yeah. But
Ryder Kurtz, the tight end, you can see from up here, it looked like Malo had a piece of his jersey.
We'll wait to see what the call looks like, but I'd be surprised.
So in college football, of course, it is a 15-yard penalty, not a spot penalty. Take another look at it right here. There's some wrestling going on there. It's out of your screen right now, but on the play, it looked like Malo had a hold of Ryder Kurtz. And so they step it off down to the 17-yard line of the Bears, where it's 1st and 10 for the Big Red. 4:51 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Cornell by 11, threatening to add to that lead.
You're the Big Red offense. A score here would be put this game in really kind of overdrive for yourself. And if you're the defense here out there for the Brown Bears right now, set up with 4-man front, you're going to need to stop here.
Wong to pass, looking to the end zone, has a man open. It's overthrown and incomplete. Wide open was Blaine Zoller, the tight end, but Wong just overthrew it.
We're on man-to-man coverage here, and passer wide open. Receiver here, as you watch, he just comes over the top, and he really, if the pass was there, that's a touchdown. And Wong's going to want that one back when he looks at the film on Monday. But
2nd down 10. Cornell at the 17. Wong's going to flare it out to the right side, and Masungu drops it.
Brown Bears coverage this half, they've got to tighten it up here, Scott. It's been some loose coverage, and you leave it loose. If you lose enough loose coverage with a place like Wong, it's going to be tough.
I think what's concerning, too, if you're Brown, is you can see the wind affecting Wong's passes a little bit here. The Bears are going to have to rally from behind throwing into that wind in the 4th quarter. It is 3rd down and 10 for the Big Red from the Browns' 17-yard line. Wong will have 2 receivers to either side, and Pope, the tailback, standing to his right of the backfield. Wong takes the snap, back to pass. Looks, fires, end zone, caught. Touchdown, Cornell. Parker Woodring makes the catch. 4th touchdown reception of the season for Woodring. First touchdown pass of the day for Jamison Wong. It is his 14th of the year.
Man-to-man coverage. Great job by the Big Red there to get their man wide open. Number 13's happy about that, but it's Wong who just dials in there and throws a rocket into the wind. And coverage comes behind him, and he's got to be in front of him to try to deflect that. He had no opportunity to knock that down.
Now the point after attempt. It is up, and it is good. Cornell has made this a 3-score game. It is now the Big Red 21 and the Bears 3 with 4:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
That was a tough score right there, as you had mentioned, Scott. We're going into the wind here, and you could see how it affected Wong's throwing on that series. But Brown kind of hurt themselves there with the penalties and just really kind of some soft coverage on man-to-man.
Take another look at field level of that touchdown catch there by Parker Woodring. Cornell in control of this one now. Very little margin for error for the Bears, as it is a 3-score game.
Well, you're only going to have so many possessions of the football, with 4:39 to go in the third, and you're going to go into the fourth. You only get the ball so many times, and then you're going to be having a strike going into the wind. But this Brown offense has been explosive, and they've been able to put up points quickly in other football games, and they're going to have to dial that in right now.
Well, John, we saw Jake Wilcox warming up on the Browns sideline, obviously not happy with the way he's throwing the ball here in this game, and in particular in the third quarter with 3 interceptions. We'll see if he maybe has worked out some of those issues. Meanwhile, the kickoff is caught there by Solomon Miller. Fair caught at the 5-yard line, and the Bears will take over at the 25, but now down by 18 with 4:39 to go in the third quarter.
Well, we've got to give a lot of credit here to the Big Reds defense. They've done a really good job defensively. The defensive backs have come up with, some interceptions here in the third quarter, but even in the first half, they held the Browns to 3 points. So they had a good scheme coming in here, and their game plan has worked so far.
First and 10 for the Brown offense from their own 25. Wilcox will have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Wants to pass. Now he's going to step up and run and take it out to the 32-yard line for a 7-yard pickup.
Got a down player on the field right here for Cornell, the Big Red, at about the 31-yard line, getting up slow, try to get a number. Thought it looked like number
5, it looks like.
Yep, number 5.
That is Brayon Crawford, safety.
Looks like he came up from his safety position to make a hit on Wilcox and kind of shook himself up a little bit.
Second down 3 for the Bears from the 32. Cornell coming on a blitz. Wilcox gets rid of it. It is caught. Mosley makes the catch, driven back, but not before he picks up a first down out to the 37.
Mosley's been a target for Wilcox here today. Nice job by him to make a little curl route right there and make sure he knew where the first down was.
It's his 3rd catch of the day, leading the Bears along with Ty Pezza with 3 receptions. First and 10, Brown from the 37. Bears in the hurry-up mode. Wilcox to pass again. Looks, fires to Badu, incomplete. Good coverage there by Damon Barnes, who already has a couple of interceptions today for the Big Red defense.
Yeah, Barnes did a great job right there. Just came right over the top right there on Badu and breaks up the pass.
2nd and 10. They'll give it to Childs up the middle, and he's got a first down out to midfield. Nice run of 13 for the freshman Matt Childs.
Good blocking up front right there by the linemen for the Brown Bears. They won that push and were able to open up a big hole for the freshman.
First and 10, Brown from the 50. Wilcox will pass again. It is complete, caught by Nesbitt. And a pickup of 8 for Nesbitt to the Cornell 42.
Good job on that backside right there as he came across. Nesbitt does a nice job of getting inside the cornerback there.
Hand off to Childs. He'll pick up the first down to the 38-yard line of the Big Red. 4-yard pickup for Matt Childs.
Brown sees something with Charlie Hines and Jack Conley in the interior there on the left side where they're opening up some holes now for the freshman. Childs at number 34 there.
42 yards rushing on 10 carries for Matt Childs today. First and 10, Brown from the 38 of Cornell. Wilcox going to try for the end zone. Miller's open, caught, touchdown Bears.
Great job by Jake Wilcox as he checks off to the left side and then finds Miller on the right side, wide open, streaking down the sidelines for a Bears touchdown.
7th touchdown pass of the season for Jake Wilcox for Solomon Miller. That's his 2nd touchdown catch, his first since the opening play of the season at Georgetown. And the Bears a point after away from making this an 11-point game. Christopher Marin will attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Malcolm Flynn, excuse me. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter, and the Bears get a much-needed touchdown to cut it to 11.
Explosive play right there, and that's what the Brown Bears offense has been on all year. They come up with a big play when they need it, and there is one right there. But, you know, Jake Wilcox did a nice job there. What he did was when he took that snap, he looked to the left side, so he had everybody thinking he was going to go left, and then he checked quickly back to the right side, and that's where he saw Miller streaking down the sidelines, would beat his man as you see him, and he's able to make a nice throw in there to a wide-open Miller, but good job by Jake there.
Damon Barnes, the linebacker, he's had a terrific game today. As we mentioned, a couple of interceptions, but not easy for a linebacker to stay with Solomon Miller, the Bears' quickest wide receiver in coverage.
On a streak route,
Miller is the burner.
It's just a sprint down the field.
So Austin Alley will kick it off from the 40-yard line. Holmes and Pope back deep to receive. And this one will go through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now we're going to see now if this defense can come out and make some stops here. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. But, you know, we talk about defenses and opportunities, but this is going to be an opportunity for this defense, to me, in this series, to try to get off the field here in 3 downs, get your offense back on the field, maybe with some time left with this wind.
Yeah, you know, down at URI a couple of weeks ago, James Perry called timeouts purposely because of the wind factor, because he wanted, you know, URI to have to kick into the wind. You wonder if he'll use them here, but you're down 2 scores, and you might need those timeouts later in the game, John. So
we were in the lead at URI during that portion of the football game.
Right. First down, Wong to pass. Fires it right, and it is caught out of bounds Masungu, but a nice first down play there from Wong to Masungu will move the chains out across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
That looked so smooth, but that was so well executed as a team right there. I mean, receiver to quarterback, just so smooth, and he's able to get his feet down and build separation on that far side and move the chains.
So 1st and 10 for the Big Red. They have it out at their own 41-yard line. Wong to pass again, firing it down the right side, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Masungu once again. Elias Archie on the coverage.
I think they liked that matchup with Archie, and they went right at it, and really, Archie didn't know where the football was, and if you watch this right now, if the ball's thrown a little bit better, Archie doesn't know where it is, and he's going to make that catch.
2nd down and 10 for the Big Red.
Pope comes in, number 4. Their speedy tailback, as he's going to line up next to Wong on the left side.
Option left. Wong's going to keep it and take it out across the 45 to the 46. 5-yard run there for Wong. They'll spot him down at the 45, give him a gain of 4, and we'll get an injured Bear down.
Number 58, Sam Smith is down. He's getting up slowly as the strength training athletic trainers come out. Looks like he's holding that left hand of his. He's going off on his own merit.
Good news is the Bears did lose a linebacker earlier to injury, John Purdue, but he's back out on the field for the Bears. And certainly Bears hope to see Sam Smith back out there as well. Meanwhile, it's 3rd down and 6 for Cornell from their own 45, and the Big Red 9 of 15 on their 3rd down conversions. Wong with 3 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Drops back to pass, fires it to Masungu, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by Archie there.
Yeah, Archie does a great job right there as he uses the sidelines to help him right there. What any good cornerback will do is he throws the football. You watch right here, he's got the sidelines, and as soon as he touches the football, he tries to strip him, and which he does, and forces him out of bounds, and that's a big stop for this defense.
So Cornell will have to punt into the wind, but they have the ball near midfield, so Bears won't get as good a field position as they could have had they maybe pinned the Big Red a little bit deeper in their own territory.
You know, Scott, we usually see it in the second half of football games. We haven't seen it yet where Brown goes to that hurry-up offense where it's speed, play fast. We wonder if we'll see it here with 1:10 to go in the third.
Leshevitz to kick it away to Badu. He gets a good punt into the wind. Badu is going to let it bounce over his head inside the 10-yard line, and it'll be downed at the 2. Boy, Badu probably should have caught that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. I mean, the special teams, you got to kind of catch those ones, and it was right at that point, at around 11-yard line. Never wanted to drop in that area. That's a great special teams play by the Big Red right there, and their kicker to drop one in there to the 2-yard line. Now the Brown Bears are looking at 98 yards, and got to protect the football down here and be smart because you can't turn it over. You've already had a few turnovers in this half and interceptions, so Jake's going to have to be real careful with the football.
59 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cornell 21, Brown 10. Bears will have it 1st and 10, but the drive starts at their own 2-yard line. Wilcox is going to give it up the middle to Stockton Owen, and Owen will take it out across the 5 to the 6. And a pickup of 4 yards for Stockton Owen. Bears will hurry up to the line. On 2nd and 6, Wilcox takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. He's going to fire it near side, and it is caught. What a great catch that was by Mosley.
Ben Mosley's having a career day today as he really shows some athleticism there and really shows some great concentration to stay with the football as they're going to play their hurry-up offense right now and play fast here with 19 seconds to go here in the third.
Snap to Wilcox. Hands it off to Owen. Stockton Owen driving forward out across the 38-yard line. Close to the 39 on what will be the final play of the third quarter. 15 minutes to go in regulation. It's the Cornell Big Red 21 and the Brown Bears 10. We're back in 33, 269 yards passing, also 2 rushing touchdowns. Jake Wilcox, those 3 interceptions have played a big role in this score right now with the Bears down 11, but he did have a touchdown pass just moments ago to Solomon Miller. On 2nd down, they're going to set up the screen. Stockton Owen makes the catch, and he is going to be strung out to the near sideline. And we get a late penalty marker that comes in. John, I didn't see a late hit, but it looked like somebody may have led with the crown of the helmet. I'm wondering if that is what the penalty marker is for, and if that's the case, they'd have to review that for possible targeting.
Yeah, we're going to see what the call is, but that's what I kind of saw initially is what you saw. Yeah, there it is.
Again, just in real time with the naked eye, it looked like he may have launched with the helmet there.
Yeah, right there. Launched it.
So they will review that.
Now, if
Braylon Howard, the sophomore from Starkville, Mississippi.
Now, if that's a intentional targeting, you know, that's
he's out for the rest of the game.
Yes, he's
correct.
Gone.
If
you're watching it right here, it's clearly targeting. I mean, he's hit his helmet to helmet, and if you watch right here, he kind of releases himself into him. Now, I don't know where intentional comes in, as he was wrapped up with 2 other players. Where does that discretion come in from the referees? It's a good call, though, here out there. It was a well set up screen. But as you watch him, right here.
This is probably the better angle to take a look at it right here.
He's helpless now. He's helpless.
Yeah.
Bang. You know, I mean, he's got 2 guys wrapped on him. And that's usually where that call comes in.
Well, let's see what referee Corey Hansen has to say. So there is no foul.
Wow.
For targeting.
Wow. I'm surprised at that.
The result of the play is a 3rd down.
Referees have the final say. And
yeah, it's tough to tell in today's game what is and what isn't ruled targeting.
But a helmet-to-helmet call like that, I mean, we've seen enough of them that's at least 15 yards.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Bears from their own 38-yard line. Wilcox motions Nesbitt from left to right. And he has his pass deflected out to the right. He was trying to get it to Barber on a little wide receiver screen, but
Johnny Williamson gets in there.
Deflected down by Williamson.
Does a nice job and gets his hands up. And, great defense here. I mean, you watch it as it unfolds, but he looks quickly, and there's Williamson climbing the ladder and getting it done. And
Bears are going to keep their offense on the field here on 4th and 5 from their own 38.
Wow.
Big play in this football game right here.
Huge play.
Solomon Miller motions to the right as Wilcox takes the snap on 4th and 5. Fires, has a man complete. Barber across midfield into Big Red territory and tackled down at the 48-yard line.
Coach James Perry's a gambling man. He's been since he's gotten here, and that was a big, big play for this football team at this point in the football game.
Keeps the drive alive for the Bears. 1st and 10 for the 48. Wilcox hands the ball off. And up the middle, Childs takes it down to the 44. Pick up 4 yards on the carry.
I'll have to ask him at the coaches show this week, did analytics have a 4th and 6? Can that be one of my questions?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
He's probably thinking, how many more possessions are we going to have?
Yeah.
Probably 2 more after this. So if you punt away there, you only get 2 possessions left in a 2-score game. Wilcox fires down the right side of the field. Barber makes the back shoulder grab.
Great athletic ability by Barber, number 83, as he spins his body and gets his feet down on the far side at the 17-yard line. As you watch it unfold there, he spins his body and is able to get his feet down. What a great catch.
1st and 10 from the 17. Wilcox dumps it off to Pezza on the right side, and Pezza takes it down inside the 12-yard line.
Pezza does a great job on the outside there with a one-handed catch as he hauls it into his body. The senior from North Kingston, Rhode Island, just down the street on 95 here from Providence. Sets them up for a 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 from the 12. Wilcox will give it to Childs. Childs up the middle, and he's only going to gain 1.5 yards on the carry.
Brings up a 3rd down for this defense inside the red zone here. Haven't had many opportunities in the red zone today, Scott. And here's one of them at the 10-yard line. Chance to get a 1st down if they can get it down around the 7 and get 4 more shots at it.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3. They'll spot it at the 10, so give Childs a gain of 2 on that carry. Brown 5 for 13 on their 3rd down conversions in this game. Stockton Owen, the tailback, standing to the left of Jake Wilcox. And they'll go with the shovel pass instead to Mosley. And Mosley's got a 1st down and more, diving to the end zone. Touchdown!
Ben Mosley's done it with the catches, but now he's doing it with his feet as he comes around to the near side here and dives to the end zone to bring the Brown Bears within 5.
First touchdown of the season for Mosley.
He is having the career game, the senior, as he just dives here all will to get that touchdown.
They're going to review this to see if he maybe stepped out here before diving toward the pylon. And so they will say, after further review, the runner's foot, Mosley, was out of bounds when he was short of the goal line.
That's at the half-yard line. It's a tough
Take
break.
another look right here.
We'll take a look right here. It's a tough break for the senior.
No. Right there.
Yep.
That's a good call by this officiating crew. And so the Bears will bring their Kodiak package onto the field here. Nate Lucier and Quentin Brown in the backfield as they try to punch it in from less than 1 yard out. It'll be a direct snap to Quentin Brown. He takes it left and into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown, Bears.
Quentin Brown once again from the Kodiak package. He brings the Brown Bears now within 5.
That is Quentin Brown's 6th touchdown run of the year.
Just goes on untouched. They're going to go for 2 here, I think, Scott. That's what I'm looking like. They need it anyways. They're thinking they're going to go for it. Good call.
Interesting, yeah. You're
Well,
right. It's 8-3.
Yeah.
Get you to 11, right? So the Bears will try to make this a field goal deficit if they can convert the 2-point conversion. And we got a penalty marker down here and a false start on the Bears. The tight end Dylan Golden gets called for the false start.
Oh, that's a tough break right there. He's going to see if he's going to keep now. He's going to kick now.
Interesting. The Bears are going to go for the point here.
They're going to go for the point now, but still it's going to make it. They have to score a touchdown.
Correct. But now if Cornell kicks a field goal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So Christopher Marin will attempt the point after from 26 yards out. Good snap, hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:34 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Cornell 21, Brown 17. You're watching Ivy League football here on Nesson. Austin Alley will tee the ball up at the 40-yard line and kick it deep to the Big Red. A.J. Holmes standing at his own 5-yard line to receive the alley kick.
It's going to be interesting to see how we see the Big Red and Wong and company with the wind here in this fourth quarter. Will be the first possession they get a chance with the wind.
Alley, good kick into the wind, and taking it out from a yard deep is Holmes. To the 10, to the 15-yard line, to the 20. Penalty marker down as he's tripped up at the 25-yard line by Haley. We'll see what the penalty marker is all about. That's usually not a good thing for the return team. Usually a hold or a block in a back, and it is going to be a hold on the return by Cornell. That is the preliminary indication. I was surprised Holmes took that one out when I saw how deep the kick went. That's a good kick by Alley into the wind.
You know, most players don't, and we'll wait for the call right here, but break for the Brown Bears right there. It's going to put a great return back down now inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. But you're down by a score here. If you're the Brown Bears, this defense is going to make a stop here. I mean, you're in the fourth quarter now, and it's important. You cannot let Wong drive down the field here with a sustainable drive and burn the clock.
Wong rolls right, fires right, has his go-to guy, Masungu, out at the 31-yard line, tackled at the 32.
Right off the bat, they go with a deeper pass right here. They were throwing small intermediates into the wind in the third quarter, and right off the rack, boom, he goes deep to his star receiver.
9 catches for Masungu today.
Masungu is living up to his billings. He's a great receiver here in the Ivy League.
Back to pass, Wong again, firing deep down the middle, has a man open, overthrown and incomplete. Parker Woodring had a step on Elias Archie.
Looks like the Big Red is opening it up here as Wong throws a dart out there. He overthrows him. It's like he's got to kind of take it off a little. Used to throwing into the wind. Got to get his timing down a little, but he is wide open. That ball is there. That's a foot race.
Second down 10 for the Big Red from their own 32. Wong, 25 of 45 passing for 286 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He does have 2 touchdown runs on the day as well. Wong to pass on 2nd and 10. Fires middle, and it is incomplete. Masungu just couldn't reach down and grab it. It was thrown a little bit low towards his knees, but that's a catch that Masungu probably makes quite frequently.
Not quite frequently, but if that ball was thrown about another foot up and he's on a full stride there, that would have been a great yardage gain.
He was off to the races.
Yeah. You're third down right now, and if you're the Brown Bears, you got to put some pressure on Wong. You're not going to be able to let him sit in the pocket here with these receivers darting all over the place in zone coverage.
Big third down play here. 3rd and 10 for the Big Red from their own 32-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Wong takes the snap, back to pass. He's going to fire it deep down the left side. Incomplete. Isaiah Reed in coverage, and a late penalty marker comes down. Well, that's interesting because the official that was closest to the play did not throw a penalty marker. They're going to get Reed, I think, for pass interference here.
Got to take a look at it. It's, as you said, Scott, referee that was on it didn't call it, but it was a guy on the backside. Did he see a hand come in? We'll wait and see. No,
they pick it up. And you know what? And that's a good job. Officials come together, talk about it, and make sure you get it right. We'll take another look here. Ooh. Okay. I did not see the jersey tug there in real time.
Brown got away with one right there.
The Bears may have gotten a break. You're right, John.
Got away with it. Going to bring up a 4th down and punting. I mean, you think about that call and what that means.
Wow.
That goes from a 1st down for Big Red with 10:38 to go and another 4 downs to punting the football where the Brown Bears look like they're going to get some decent field position.
Leshevitz will boot it away to Sam Badu, who stands at his own 32-yard line. Bears coming after it. Leshevitz gets it away. Good booming punt over the head of Badu, bouncing inside the 10, the 5, and into the end zone for a touchback. That's a 68-yard punt with a net of 48. We'll take a break. 10:30 to go in the 4th. Cornell 21, Brown 17. The Brown Bears will host the Penn Quakers here at Brown Stadium. That game will kick off at noon. Again, you can watch it next Saturday on Nesson Plus. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Wilcox to fire. Has a man wide open. Again, it's Ben Mosley having himself quite an afternoon, and he takes it out all the way to the 45-yard line for a Brown 1st down.
The senior from Houston, Texas, comes up over the middle, gets himself wide open, and just turns on the jets there and picks up a 1st down. He's having a career game today.
They say he stepped out at the 38-yard line, where it's still a 1st down for the Bears. Handoff goes to Childs up the middle, and Childs is going to take it ahead for a gain of 5, 6 yards out to the 44.
What you don't realize there with Childs, the freshman, number 35, what quickness he has and what vision as he goes to the outside there and sees he's clogged and is able to quickly come back in 1 step and pick up 6 yards.
2nd down, 4. Wilcox to pass. Fires it complete to Badu. 1st down into Cornell territory. Tackled at the Big Red 47.
Nice catch by Badu. He came over the middle right there and is wide open, and he's got good concentration, knowing that you're going to get hit possibly by a safety. And the Providence native here, local player, done well out of Classical High School.
Bears hurry up to the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 10 from the Cornell 47-yard line. They'll give it to Stockton Owen, and Owen with a nice run up the middle. And a pickup of 7 down to the 40-yard line.
Owen's been a workhorse for these Brown Bears in the tailback position. He picks up 6.
2nd down and 3. Owen gets it again, and Owen's going to pick up 2 down to the 38.
Well, you're in a 3rd down and short here, but where we are on the field, they're going to hurry up here.
Direct snap to Owen. 1st down, Brown, as he gets a nice push from his offensive lineman. That whole offensive line just fired off the ball.
They did do a great job, and they kept their feet moving as well. Just a lot of bodies moving down low right there.
1st and 10 for the Bears at the Cornell 33 with 8:20 to go and counting here in the 4th quarter. Big Red leading by 4. Quentin Brown will motion into the backfield to the right of Jake Wilcox. They'll fire it right, and it is caught on the far side of the field. Was that Barber? Nope, check that. That was number 89, Najee Rahman, for this first catch of the day.
Let's look at a quick shot out there to Rama. Brown has been very efficient on first down on this drive, picking up basically 5 and 6 yards, which opens up your playbook when you're only looking at 2nd and 4.
Wilcox on 2nd and 4. Back to pass, quarterback draw. Runs forward, and he's going to be stopped about a half yard to a yard shy of the first down.
It's like he tripped up a little. He slipped as he tried to plant that left foot, but nice little quarterback draw, and they're going to pull him out right now and go to the Kodiak. That's how important this play is and how important they want to move the chains here.
I would expect Quentin Brown to get the direct snap here. On 3rd down and 1. Direct snap to Brown, and he'll drive forward for the first down. He's just so big and strong, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he's the go-to there. And I mean, he's like money. I mean, every time you want that yard or two, you go to Quentin Brown, and he's going to get it done for you. But it showed you how important that yard was. They went to their package, and they weren't going to take any chances. Gives them another 4 downs here because they know they have to score.
1st and 10 from the Cornell 22. Wilcox fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, dumps it off to Pezza, drops it.
That's a tough one right there. Ty Pezza's had a great game today. He's going to want that one back when he looks at film. As he comes out here, he just can't corral it in.
Clock stops with 6:33 to go in the 4th. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bears.
These are one of these sustainable drives that the Brown Bears have really burned the clock down to 6:33, and they got to continue to move that clock, and they got to come up with some points.
Wilcox to pass, fires to Badu. He makes the catch and gets hit hard. Hangs onto it down at the 17-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the nice catch by Sam Badu.
It's one of the toughest catches in football right there when you're a receiver. You know you're coming over, and you know you're going to get hit hard. Dude does a great job of holding on to the ball.
On 3rd and 5, handed off to Childs, and Childs doesn't pick up anything.
Right now, the Big Red defense gets stiff as they really, in these last couple of plays, have come up with some big stops trying to get off the field. Now, what will Brown do here with 5:56? Are they going to go for it on 4th down and try to kick a field goal? And
they're going to bring on the field goal unit here.
That's a good call. If your defense can make a stop, which they've seemed to have done the last couple series against the Big Red.
This will be a field goal attempt of 34 yards from the right hash mark, so angled to the left for Christopher Marin.
Into the wind.
Good snap. The hold is down. Marin's kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5:24 to go, Rhode Island, Cornell 21, Brown 20. As Austin Alley gets set to kick it deep to the Big Red.
Looking for another exciting finish.
Looks like we're going to have ourselves one. Alley gets his leg into it, high end over end. Fair catch called for by Holmes, and he makes it at the 5. So Wong and the Big Red offense will start this drive at their own 25-yard line, now leading by only 1. So the Bears with 17 unanswered points in this one to cut what was once an 18-point deficit down to 1.
It has been a battle, and the Brown Bears have really grinded back into this football game and got to get the football back. This defense now has got to come up with another stop, which they've been able to successfully do in this second half. Get their offense back out on the field.
Wong's going to hand this one off, and Pope has no running room. He is tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Nevaeh Gaddis among those in on the stop.
This is a mixture of what Coach Swanson's trying to do here is probably, mix the run game, mix a pass. You're up in the game and try to make that clock really difficult for the Brown Bears if they do get the ball back going into the wind.
Only 16 rushing attempts for the Big Red today. 2nd and 10 for Cornell from their own 25. Snap to Wong, option right. He'll keep it, and he'll be tackled for after a gain of 3.
Big hit there by Isaiah Reed coming off the cornerback position. They run up an option to the near side, the short side of the field right here. And
Sam Smith got him.
Yeah, Sam Smith got him and laid him up, and Reed just came over the top. Now, here's your third downs. We talk about third down conversion. The fans here at Brown Stadium know it. They're all on their feet.
3rd down and 6 for the Big Red from their own 29-yard line. The defense on its feet, the crowd on its feet here at Brown Stadium cheering on their defense. Snap to Wong. Back to pass. Fires it middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Masungu, but he threw it too far out in front of the sophomore wide receiver, and the Big Red will have to punt it away. Leshevitz will punt it away for the Big Red. Badu standing at his own 30 to receive the punt. Good snap. Leshevitz gets his leg into it. It's a wobbly punt. Badu's going to let it bounce. Boy, Sam Badu has made a couple of questionable decisions on punt returns today, and that one's going to go to the 13-yard line where the Big Red will down it.
That's a tough one right there. I mean, you've got to run up and catch the football there. It was not a very well-kicked ball by Cornell. I mean, it came off the side of his foot, so it was wobbly. The last kick he had with the wind, he blew it over the top of the head into the end zone. So you need to come and catch that at the 30. You don't at the 30. Now your team's got it down at really basically the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that cost them a good 15, 20 yards in field position. So with 3:45 to go, the Bears down 1 with the football. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. 1st and 10 for Brown from their own 14. Wilcox will fire it to Solomon Miller on the right side, and Miller's going to run it ahead for a gain of 5 out to the 19.
Once again, nice first down decision-making by Wilcox and play calling by the Brown Bears to pick up 5 yards.
2nd down and 5. Bears up to the line, handed to Childs. Childs up the middle, and he takes it ahead close to the first down marker. He's got the first down to the 24-yard line. Needed 5, and he picked up exactly that.
Good job there by Childs moving these chains here, because that's what's going to be so important in this drive is get yourself another 4 downs.
Wilcox takes the snap on first down, fires it near side to Mosley, makes a man miss, and Mosley's going to be spun down as he crosses the 37-yard line. Ben Mosley's big day continues.
He's really come into his own in this game, and that was just a great athletic step right there to have a tackler miss, and you can able to pick up a first down.
7th catch of the day for Mosley. Up to 95 yards receiving. Childs the handoff on first down. Childs takes it out to the 47-yard line, and a pickup of 10 for the freshman.
Freshman does a great job, but give credit to the lineman on the left there. Bozick and Conley do a great job, and Pezza does a nice job blocking too, and they're able to seal up that side.
First down. Wilcox to pass. Running to his left. He's just going to run out of bounds. Maybe a gain of a yard. The clock will stop at 2:06 to play.
Job by Jake Wilcox, Brown quarterback right there to get out of bounds with the, they're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute timeout. Cornell 21, 48-yard line, trailing by 1 with 2 minutes to go. The Big Red showing blitz. They bring 4. Owen gets the handoff, takes it into Big Red territory, down to the 40-yard line of the Big Red.
Great job by Stockton on the offensive line for the Brown Bears has come alive here. It's so important right now.
A.J. Heitke.
So important now to protect the football and get yourself in field position here for a field goal attempt.
Wilcox to pass, fires it right, complete to Miller. And Miller's going to be brought down for no gain at the 39-yard line. On that last play, A.J. Heitke was 10 yards downfield, blocking for his man. Great job by the senior from Andover, Massachusetts.
Scott, you got to be patient here if you're the Brown Bears because all you need is a field goal to win this football game. And
Wilcox to fire it, throws it high. Mosley makes the catch, and he is hit out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It is a gain of 6 on the catch by Mosley. The clock stops with 1:15 to go. Now, the Bears do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so they should be in no rush, John.
No rush at all here, and all you need is a field goal. And if you can get yourself in field goal range and run this clock down to the final play and kick to win, that's where you want to be.
Shovel pass to Mosley. No, instead, Wilcox keeps it, and he's going to take it ahead for a gain of 2 to the 31.
Now what do you
will
do?
Continue to run.
What do you do here now at 4th and 2? You bring your field goal unit on and see if you can get a long one, or are you going to?
I think you go for the first down. This is into the wind. Although the wind's still blowing. Looking at that flag off to our right. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 2. Play of the game right here. Will the Big Red come up with a stop, or will the Bears keep the drive alive with a first down? Wilcox takes the snap, back to pass, fires, caught, first down Bears.
Great catch there on the outside.
Najee Rama.
Rama does a great job, and Wilcox executes. Now the clock will tick at 35, and it's going to try to put yourself in the center of the field here for an attempted field goal. You don't have to score to win.
I think you want more yards if you can get it, though. 1st and 10 for the Bears from the 27 of Cornell. Handoff to Owen up the middle. Owen breaks through and takes it down to the 21.
When we look at this football game down the stretch here, it's been the offensive line for Brown Bears just winning it in the trenches.
Cornell will call the timeout with 29 seconds to go.
They're going to try to keep this going here. They've got to keep it alive, knowing that they're in good field position here for a field goal for the win.
Well, they might be thinking, you're right, the Bears already in field goal position. They're trying to salvage whatever seconds they can to try to respond with one of their own.
But we have to give credit to the offensive line here down the stretch here, especially in this football game. I mean, the guys across the front there, the big guys, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get all the stats, but they have been winning the push.
Well, John, this Brown offense has run 100 plays on offense today for a total of 520 yards. When you're running that many plays on offense, you're wearing down the other team's defense. And I think that's what you've seen. The Brown offensive line really starting to get some big pushes up front.
You know, Coach Perry talks about training and playing fast and playing physical, and his team really has shown it here in this 4th quarter.
2nd down and 4 for the Bears from the Big Red 21. Cornell has 1 timeout remaining. The Bears still have 3. They're going to give the ball up the middle to Stockton Owen, and he's tackled at the 16-yard line. And another time, they stopped the clock, a timeout call by the Bears, however, as well. They stopped the clock to move the chains. But the Bears are going to use their first timeout with 25 seconds to go.
Questioning why a timeout there with you got a first down, the clock's going to go. I mean,
look,
I'm not sure on
you're
that.
kicking into the wind. You're on a left hash mark too. I mean, if anything, I would want to center the ball if you're thinking about bringing in Marin to try to kick a go-ahead field goal. You're on the left hash mark.
Yeah, and I think Cornell's got 1 timeout left. That's not going to get them anything because we've got 3 plays to go, so we can still run this thing down. You know, when I think about it, I think it's a good call by James Perry. He's probably brought his team in and said, hey, this is where we need to be. We need to protect the football here. Both hands on the football because they're going to be trying to strip you. We cannot fumble the football. We need clean snaps here. Follow me? We've got to put our kicker in a position to win this football game.
1st and 10 for the Bears from the Cornell 16. Wilcox out of the shotgun. He'll fake the handoff to Owen. Back to pass. Firing to the end zone, and it is caught by Miller, but he's out of bounds. He juggled it and caught it. That was a risky play and pass by the Bears. You had 3 Cornell defenders right there.
As this ball bounces around, and you watch it right here, that's anybody's ball once it gets up there. And, wow, that is a risky play. And now you stop the clock with 16 seconds to go. You got 1 play left here, and then you're going to
2nd and 10. They'll give it to Owen. He'll center it and take it inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. And with 12 seconds to go, the Bears will call their second timeout. Boy, John, that was a risky call. And, you know, for Wilcox, really a risky pass. You had 3 defenders there for Cornell and only 1 Brown receiver, Solomon Miller. They got away with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch it right here, I mean, they did get away with it. They are all over Miller, and Miller almost pulls off the great catch, but as it's bouncing there and you see a lot of Brown fans on this side of the stadium, their hearts were pounding on that one.
So on 3rd down and 8 from the 16, the Bears will probably hand it off one more time and then call a timeout to bring on the field goal unit. Snap to Wilcox, handoff to Owen, right up the middle. And Owen is going to be stopped at the 11. And the Bears will call a timeout with 1 second to go.
They almost didn't get it called.
Yeah, James Perry was walking away from the official and then realized he had to turn around and call a timeout.
It's almost like you heard it up here from the stands, everyone yelling timeout.
I'm not
Wow.
sure if he told the official and the official maybe didn't hear him. And then he turned around and he signaled timeout. So Christopher Marin will come on to attempt a field goal to win it for the Bears.
Christopher's a senior. He's been here before.
Going to be about a 30-yard field goal attempt from straight in between the hash marks.
Not only that, it's Michael Davidson, the 5th-year senior snapper, number 49. He's been here before as well.
Malcolm Flynn is your holder, the freshman punter. This will officially be a 29-yard field goal attempt by Marin to win it for the Bears. And a timeout called by Cornell, their final timeout. They'll try to freeze Christopher Marin.
You know, this is where you can't have a let up if you're the Brown Bears, and it's very difficult here when you come out here because they're going to be coming hard for the block, and you've really got to focus on your responsibilities on the kick team to make sure you pick your men up.
One of those critical moments for both teams. As you mentioned, John, the Bears are going to have to block it up because Cornell is going to come hard after this one, you would think.
What a 4th quarter for these Brown Bears, and what a second half for this defense on the Brown side.
Bears trying to make it 20 unanswered points for the win. $29-yard field goal attempt. The snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, the kick is good!
They rush the field here at Richard Gauss Field, Brown Stadium. What a comeback by the Brown Bears! Huge win.
Christopher Marin's 29-yard field goal as time expires wins it for the Brown Bears.
Huge win going into next week, Scott. Huge win to go 2-1 in the Ivy League.
John, Cornell led this football game in the 3rd quarter 21-3, but the Bears scored the game's final 20 points to win it 23-21.
Just a gutsy effort by this Brown Bears defense and offense. And I got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line and defensive lines of both of these football teams. It was a hard-fought game.
With the win, the Bears improved their record to 3-3 on the season, 2-1.